How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with a little bit of a, New England Brewing Company in the form of their Supernaut. This is a double India Pale Ale coming in at 8.2% alcohol by volume. And it comes courtesy of my boy Steven. Thank you very much, brother. He sent this off with a couple New England beers, and it's been a while since I've reviewed any of them, so I'm kind of pumped. On the side here, it actually says, if there was an astronaut that was exceptional, they would be quite super, right? Perhaps they could be labeled a Supernaut. And if this Supernaut were even more super, now hear me out. Couldn't they, in fact, now be called Supernaut? You feel me? Well, this is a double IPA, well-amplified, the mosaic hops in our Supernaut recipe to make it even more super. More super passion fruit, pineapple, and mixed fruit flavors. Super. So it's Supernaut. Yeah. Supernaut, one of my favorite songs of all time. Go to, I guess you just go on YouTube nowadays. So, Nine Inch Nails did Supernaut for a black box album release from, what was the label they were on? That, fuck, it's gonna piss me off that I can't remember. But they did a song for this black box. It was called Black Box. It was a release on the goddamn Interscope, maybe, I believe it was. And it was just a bunch of bands, a bunch of industrial bands, stuff like that, like probably KMFDM and like Ministry and shit like that. And they did a song just for that box called Supernaut, and it's absolutely fantastic. So go check it out. So yeah, what do we got? Dude in the Moon, who's being super. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like old school IPA to me. Almost 2 index fingers of infinite rocky, creamy top on this kind of slight microscopic bubble, kind of head, khaki in color, sub-khaki in color, with this rich kind of old school IPA, with Midwestern IPA kind of orange haze to it. It's not super hazy. It's not super light. Let's get a nose. Yeah, I mean, it's just sweet. Sweet. Orange candy, like hard candy, like crystallized sugar kind of orange candy with a crystal malt, like sweet. It's sweet on sweet. It's not, I don't think it's going to be an overly sweet beer, let's put it that way. But all the sweetness is hard rock candy, a refined sugar kind of sweet. It's not confectionery, it's not soft, it's not that. Very much old school IPA, very much Midwestern IPA. You're thinking kind of like Two-Hearted level kind of sweetness here. It smells nice. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's tasty. I mean, it's not going to set the world on fire. It's not going to be my favorite double IPA I've had in recent memory. But it's going to be in a conversation. It's got this beautiful sweetness to it. Again, it's that kind of crystallized, sugary sweetness that you get from like two-row crystal malt combination, even Maris Otter kind of old school kind of maltiness. There's no like dextrose in here, and there's no brewer sugar in here. This is all malt base. But even though it does pop with that sweetness, it's not even close to being overly sweet. It's not cloying. It just gives you a nice little pop of sweetness. Very much old school kind of IPA. A nice mouthfeel. Again, not setting the world on fire here. It's not turbid or dense or fluffy or creamy. A nice mouthfeel. A drinkable mouthfeel. The bittering here. A little bit kind of herbal. A little bit spicy. A little bit tannic. A little bit of that kind of old school kind of bittering, a touch of resinous, a little touch of pininess, but it really is that kind of orange, the classic orange kind of citrus that you come to expect from a lot of East Coast IPAs from back in the day. That kind of level of citrus, and just a beer that ends up finishing relatively dry. I mean, this is an homage to old school. I'm not sure how long ago they made. Yeah, look at that shit too. Fuck yeah, motherfuckers. On the bottom it says, stand up for equality. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. So, good on you, fucking New England Brewing Company, for even putting that stuff in your cans, because I know not everybody's going to agree with that statement. So, good to see you guys on board with being on the right side of things. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's relatively fresh. Less than a month old, 3 weeks old. And it's meant to be this way, and you can taste it. It's not like an older beer. It's not sideways. People see this beer color nowadays in an IPA, and they go, uh-oh, that's oxidized. Zero oxidation in this beer. This is everything you want when you travel in a time machine to 2005 to 2010, when people are making these IPAs, you go back there and make this beer, they're like, holy shit, this is insanely hazy, insanely happy IPA. That's crazy. Nowadays, people are like, it's old school. But it's old school in a very beautiful way. I love this beer. I think it's fantastic. I think it's tasty. But again, like I said, there's other beers I would put ahead of it for me, but that doesn't diminish the fact that I think this is tasty AF. So let's talk about it. Yeah, I mean, orange all the way. The way the malts come off, the sweetness comes off, not overly sweet, but you get a nice pop of it. The mouthfeel not being heavy, you can drink it. It's just everything good about old school beer. And from a relatively new school brewery. Is it one of the better double IPAs I've had as of late? It's definitely in the conversation. It's just, like I said, I've had betters. But sometimes you can't have the best beer of all time. Sometimes you're just settle for an absolutely fantastical version of a beer, and that does not suck. Value and availability, I don't know. Let me know what's what, Steven. Is this a shelfie up there? I have no idea. And leave you with if you like what we like this beer. If you like beer. If you like beer for beer. If you like old school IPAs. If you just like... Yeah. If you just like well-made beer, man. That's what this is. And that's a beautiful thing. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying the nice little New England Brewing Company beer right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.